Jalen Hurts and his Eagles team continues to be dominant. I'm going to ask the question a little bit of, do I think that the Eagles deserve to be Super Bowl favorites at this point? The answer is kind of yes. Also, do I think that Jalen Hurts deserves to be MVP? The answer might be yes there as well. I really do feel like he's not getting enough credit for how much he's doing for this Eagles team. This entire Eagles team is rolling. Let's talk about their offense, what hurts, and what this offense as a whole was able to do effectively. Let's start off with this play, because I do have to be honest. An element of this, without a doubt, was, and there was some tough defense going on. And by tough, I mean not great defense by the Giants. Not tough as in difficult to go up against for the Giants. You see the way this play concept is designed to work. It is zone coverage that the Giants are in, and this play concept can beat zone coverage. You have two receivers who are essentially going to go into the exact same zone that a Giant player is supposed to cover. So kind of the idea is you either cover shallow and then the guy deep is open, or you cover deep and then the guy shallow is open. Watch how when this play begins, you see that Hurts takes the snap and makes the throw, and both of these guys are open right here. So this isn't exactly how this is supposed to work for the Giants. I'm pretty sure that Giant player is supposed to at least be covering one of those guys. He is not. So, hey, if you're the Eagles, take advantage. Throw to the guy who's open further down the field. That's what Hurts does. He is able to pick up a first down. So, okay, you saw some easy first down situations, which is always nice. But then going over here, when things were difficult, they were still able to have some success as well. So this is going to be a 3rd down and 6. It is man coverage right here. And right when this play begins, Jalen Hurts takes the snap. He looks down the field, and you see that for Smith, there's not separation here. I mean, this is the throw that if Hurts did not make it, I wouldn't blame him. But the reality is there's a couple of Giants right about to get into his face. He doesn't have time to look and see where else he should throw the ball to. He sees that maybe if he throws it to the outside with the outside leverage that Smith does have, maybe there's a chance it can work. And so he's going to take this chance, especially where you are on the field. I mean, the reality is they might go for it on 4th down if they don't get it. So, this is a time where being a little bit risky, not the worst thing in the world. But look at this just perfect, beautiful throw and an incredible catch from Smith. I mean, that throw, that's a mailbox type throw. If he throws it anywhere else, that is not a completion. And then Smith being able to make the good grab on top of it, that kind of stuff is exactly what can make this team so deadly and why they are, in many people's minds, the Super Bowl favorite. But then going over here, this is another example of, getting those explosive plays. This is something that they can do, and this is something that can be really effective at. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup with Devonta Smith down the field. If you can get those opportunities, you're going to take them. There is a safety deep, but if you get outside the numbers, safety's probably not going to get over there. However, doesn't mean they're definitely not going to get over there. Hurts takes the snap, and looked like the safety kind of said, okay, A.J. Brown and Smith on one side of the field, ball's probably going there. He cheated over there, and guessed right. He's in a situation now where he can potentially be in position to make a play. This is a tough play for a safety to make. I saw some people getting on to safety here saying you should, lay out Smith on this play. The issue with that, though, if you want to lay him out, is you have to time it just right and you have to hit him just right. That's a really difficult play because if you hit him in a different spot, that's a hit on a defenseless receiver, that's 15 yards. If the ball already is incomplete by the time you do that, then it actually would, at the very least, not be giving them the ball, but still, you don't want to give up 15 yards. Of course, if you're early, then that's pass interference. So, the real only way that this can work out is if it's a drop anyways, or if you make an absolutely perfect play. I don't think going for the ball here is a terrible strategy. What I actually think happens here, though, with the safety is I think he believes this is overthrown. It looks like it could be overthrown a little bit, but I think Hurts puts the exact right touch on it for it to not be overthrown. Watch the safety react as though he thought he was about to catch it until the very last second when Smith basically intercepted it from him, gets the ball, and is able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, the reality is, I kind of view this stuff as, did the quarterback do what they were trying to do on this play? And Hurts did. Hurts put it exactly where he wanted to put it, and great concentration by Smith to be able to get down there and be able to make the grab when a safety thought he wasn't going to be able to get down there. So those two things combined results in on a 4th down and 7 being able to get a big touchdown, and that's a huge swing in a football game. And also something like this, again, these explosives, and it wasn't necessarily A.J. Brown a ton here in the first half, but there definitely was some A.J. Brown, because of course there is. A.J. Brown is definitely the guy who will get some of these explosives, not in the traditional vertical way that you see him getting explosive necessarily, though. You have him, it's zone coverage they're going up against. He's going to kind of fake as though he's going over the middle, but then get to the outside to the offense's right. Watch watch as Hurts takes the snap. He runs this play action, and look at that corner right there and how far in he is moving towards the middle. He's fully convinced this is going to be a throw over the middle. So Hurts lets the play develop. He eventually fires down the field, and you do see Brown got wide open on that play for a touchdown. But it was great route running by him to get so open. So sure, you can criticize the defense if you want to. Listen, I don't think this is a great Giants defense by any means. I don't think this is a great Giants team, despite their record being very good. But the fact that they're able to, make them look as bad as they looked at times is credit to this Eagles offense, I think. Of course, I feel like every time I make a Hurts video, I break down some rushing play. Like, listen, it's a great part of his game. I think his throwing ability is really underrated at this point. I think that he's been great at it. I think A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith get too much of the credit. Not to say that, listen, they deserve all the credit in the world, but Hurts deserves some of that credit as well. But it's stuff like this that Hurts does that just, there's just a select few quarterbacks who can do this. Even good athletic quarterbacks can't do this the way that Hurts can. And this is part of what made him so good at college, was the fact that he always had this. But, again, it's just a part of his game now, as opposed to being something maybe he relied on his rookie season, which, listen, he was still solid his rookie season. But still, it's now an aspect of his game, not his whole game, which I don't think it was ever his whole game. But you know what I mean? It's less of a big deal with Hurts, but still helps him out a lot. You see the 3 blocks that I have on the screen. Those are the key 3 blocks, and it's kind of what makes this so difficult to stop. Is really a Giants player is going to have to win their one-on-one matchup here. As you see, Hurts takes the snap and starts to go down the field, and you see that there is definitely a running lane to go through, and it certainly helps when you have the good offensive line that Hurts has in front of him. Also, I do got to give some credit to Kayvon Thibodeau, who is, nearly catching up with Hurts. He was unblocked on the edge. He nearly came in and made a play on that one, so great hustle play by him, despite it not actually working out. But watch, this just feels easy for Jalen Hurts, and hey, when an offense is rolling, that's how it feels. It feels easy. It feels like it's, they're making, being able to run through guys, untouched consistently when an offense is rolling, and this offense is rolling. So, yeah, that's kind of what I think about this, this game as a whole for the Eagles. I expected the Eagles to win by a lot. I on the podcast, I locked them up to cover the 6.5 point spread, because I do feel like this is an Eagles team that still probably isn't getting the credit they deserve. They should be Super Bowl favorites, in my opinion, when you factor in the NFC, and we saw it today with, the Cowboys and the Vikings struggling. You could maybe make an argument that one of the AFC teams could be better head-to-head. Maybe if you want to say Chiefs over Eagles, I think that's fine. I don't know. But when you factor in the fact that the Chiefs are going to have to beat like the Bengals and beat the Bills, potentially both of them, to get to the Super Bowl, the Eagles aren't going to have to do that. To me, the Eagles are clear Super Bowl favorites. And even without that, they might just be Super Bowl favorites just because, again, they're 12-1. Incredible stuff by them. Maybe they should just be the favorites regardless of it factoring that in. So at least that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.